Hi guys, you might have heard that apparently for some people Blood Mage is the worst ascendancy class, and that couldn't be further from the truth, and I'm gonna show you how you can easily beat any content. You can start from level 58. Before that I will show you what you can use during leveling up. So let's start. This build currently is playing for Detonate Death, aka Corpse Explosion. So let's start with the skills. We have Detonate Death for mapping, more area of effect, Corpse Conservation, Spell Echo, and Arcane Tempo cast speed. And we have Detonate Death for bosses, Lacerate, damage, damage, damage. It's good to upgrade the quality of those gems because it will increase the explosion radius by 0.4 meters. Also, another very important thing to mention, guys, these gems, you don't need them high level. Actually, it's kind of bad to have them high level. They start from level 7. Detonated starts from level 7. So keep it at level 7. I have one level 7, one level 8. The only difference is when you are increasing the levels, it deals more fire damage, but the mana and life cost of the skill increases tremendously, like 3-4 times. So totally not worth it. It will not boost any damage for you. Skeletal Brute is the other one super essential skill. We are basically exploding the Skeletal Brute. It have the largest HP pool of all minions, so it's the best for Detonate Death. You also need to increase the quality to maximum because you're gonna get more life. And we go with Minion Mastery, Mage Shield for more life, and Physical Mastery. Skeletal Brute's life scales very good with more levels. Let's see. With one level, he gains what? Over 3k HP. It's crazy. So we will try to make his level as much as we can. The other one, kinda essential skill, is Grim Feast. What it does is basically when you kill a monster, there is a chance for Grim Remnant to drop and it will give you energy shield. What's really good about it is not only it will give you shield, but you can go over the cap times 2. So if I'm with 3.4k shield, I can go up to 6.8. It's the same with Life Remnants, the signature Blood Mage skill. It's really good. For sustain, it's amazing. Now I'm gonna talk about a few more skills. Oh, sorry, Sacrifice. The other one, extremely important skill. That's the skill which lets you detonate death your minions. Without it, you can't do it. So we also need that, and we need to increase the quality if we can, so the monsters will revive 5% faster. The optional skills are Blink. This I use mainly for Sanctum, for the Jimbaria ascendancy points. It's amazing for there. but I use it only for this. Otherwise, it reserves 60 spirit, and the blink have cooldown, and your dodge roll does not. And the other one is Blasphemy. I use it from time to time. I find it really good in some places in Sanctum, like in those escape trials. You're using Blink and Blasphemy, and this combo will actively reduce the movement and attack speed of your enemies by 20%. So Blasphemy will reserve 76 spirit when it's maxed. It have reduced reservation. I'm using temporal chains here with increased effective support curses and 50% area of effect. So now let's see the items. First, let's start with the wand. That's one Exalted Orb wand, really cheap. We are using it for mapping. Particularly, I'm using it for bosses also, but I'm gonna speak about that also. The special thing here is 25% to not destroy corpses when consuming corpses. That one is really good for mapping because we have 25% from gem, we have 25% from skill tree, and 25% from here, 75% chance to not destroy corpses. That's why we are using this one. For bosses, however, I have this one, I have the same, but you can use some crazy ones, for example, with a lot of crit chance, a lot of crit damage, skill levels. It will increase brutes alive tremendously, and probably faster cast rate, it depends, but it becomes crazy expensive in a certain point. So keep in mind that. But there is huge room for improvement, like insane. The damage could be way more. For the offhand, I have pretty good one actually. For all minion skills, it's very important. Again, for Brute's life. He also other things have advantage with minion skill levels, but we need that bulky brute with a lot of life. Minions have increased maximum life. Those two are a must to have. The third one, and there it becomes expensive, is increased spirit. Mine is with pretty high spirit, but it becomes very expensive at a certain point. I was kinda lucky because I got this kinda cheap for I don't know how many exalts, I don't remember, but it was cheap. The helmet is very important also. This helmet, basically, I use it for sustainability. The special ability gain 30% of your maximum life as an extra maximum energy shield is crazy. I'm gonna show you. Look at my energy shield. Look now. It gives insane amount, and this cap can go up to 36%, but also it becomes crazy expensive. Not so crazy, but it is expensive. On the armor, I have maximum life, spirit, resistances. That's what you need. The more spirit, the better. The ring, cast speed, maximum life, resistance. The other one, a lot of resistance and maximum life. I really want to change this ring, but I can't find. I want to find with kind of the same things and faster cast rate, and if I can with more life. The amulet, 2 minion skills, and if you can, more maximum life and cast speed. Mine is not with a lot, but it's still very decent. Amulet also gives 13 spirit, and I improved it with barbaric strength. What does that mean? 45% increased critical damage bonus, 10 strength, mana cost of skills is irrelevant. It's a really good one. For the boots, boots with resistances, maximum life. In the beginning you can start with 20% movement speed, it's not a problem. For the belt, resistances, maximum life. For the clothes, again, resistance, maximum life. Nothing too crazy. And another thing, for example, you saw how I have two detonate deaths. One is on Q, one is on E. So the other two are irrelevant. So what I'm doing when I go to the boss, I'm just switching like this. And I'm tapping the boss after that, and I'm continuing to play with the detonate death for mapping. So now the passive skill 3, it looks like this. However, it looks like this for mapping. For bosses it looks a little bit different. How it works is, here you have weapon sets. Those weapon sets, you have maximum of 24 points which you can allocate per set. Differently than the main build of the skill tree. How it works is you need available skill points. First, if you don't have it, will not work. Then you press on weapon set 1. You allocate. In my situation, I allocated here for all the AoE, and here it's only AoE. Then you press on weapon set 2, and there I believe I allocated here and here. Now I'm gonna swap weapons and you are gonna see the difference. You see? Now they changed. Another thing to mention. That's how it looks, the skill tree, yes, but keep in mind that at the moment that I'm recording this video, I'm level 92. So you are not gonna have that many skill points probably. However, what you can do is when you start, first you get the key passives. So what do I mean about key passives? You need these ones. Chances to not destroy corpses, damage after consuming corpses, the physical notes here, here, and I believe here. Some defensive notes, it depends. I mean, if you want to be a little bit more tanky, you can go early with those energy shield notes. Very important, all the minion HP notes, and later you can put those beefy points for critical and critical hit chance and critical hit damage. For the ascendancy, sorry, I'm a bit sick. For the ascendancy, okay, most of you guys, you are gonna have 4 or 6 ascendancy points. So it's gonna look like this. With 4 ascendancy points, you can go for either, okay, these 2 are a must, but they are really good, those 2. So if with 4 ascendancy points, if you want to be a little bit more defensive, you can go that side and then respec. However, if you are with 6 ascendancy points, I recommend you just go from here straight to Sunder the Flesh. The other notes are also really good. Sunder the Flesh is insane. What it does it makes your base critical hit chance 15%. What does that mean? For example, Detonate That have, if I'm not mistaken, innate critical hit chance 8. So it will increase the base critical hit chance by 90%, something like that. It's insanely good with certain spells. If you have 8 Ascendance points, what I'm doing particularly for me, I'm taking this note and this note. This note I'm taking because of more chance for bleeding. We are having like I think 15% from the skill tree, if I'm not mistaken, 50% from the gem, and another 15 here on critical hit. It's what, 80% chance to bleed? Amazing. And then blood barbs. This one, I mean, it's not working well for us because elemental damage also contributes to bleeding magnitude. It's not working here. I'm just taking that 10% damage as extra physical damage. Why? Because, for example, my other options are amount of life leached. I don't need it. 6% increase effect of your curses. I don't need it. 3% type. This is the other one which you can take. But I don't need it, so I take the extra damage. Another thing to mention, I think I'm almost 100% sure that the strongest Blood Mage build will be with fire. Why? Because it will scale very well with this passive and this passive. Fire spells have normally 7 to 8% crit rate. With this you are gonna more than double it. And I just have to see which spell will be the best scaling. And this one, if I'm reading correctly, and I'm almost 100% sure that I am, elemental damage also contributes to bleeding magnitude. This one is insane. It's crazy. It's so good. But in another video I'm going to show you. On the other hand, I don't understand the idea behind Bonestorm and Bone Cage. Okay, you're leveling with them. They're really good for leveling. But Bonestorm scales a really bad endgame. What do I mean by that? With endgame bosses. First of all, you have tremendous disadvantage because you are channeling that spell. Don't get me wrong, the animation of the spell is badass. It's amazing. But you are channeling it. Another thing. You have reduced movement speed. Okay, you can do the buck and channel, then stop, then channel again, and you have normal movement speed. But still, you are channeling. The other classes are just throwing things and doing more damage than you. It also scales bad. And it doesn't, you cannot take advantage of Sunder the Flesh. So, I don't know. What they can do is, in my opinion, this thing should do double damage. Double the damage that it does now. And it should have, for example, as a minus, 2 times less crit chance. Even 3 times less crit chance. Nobody cares because you are going to get Sunder the Flesh and you are going to compensate. The other spell, same thing, does not make sense whatsoever. And those are the original skills of the witch, not elemental, nothing, occult skills. The only one which is scaling really well is Hex Blast, because yeah, also is doing really good damage. AoE, you don't have charge, nothing, and it benefits a lot from Sunder the Flesh. Like it benefits amazingly, like the same way like fire spells will do, because of its low crit chance. However, in my opinion, fire spells will be the best for Blood Mage, but I'm still gathering items, guys. They're really expensive, because it will also benefit not only from Thunder the Flesh, but from blood barbs. And elemental damage means fire, cold, lightning. So chaos damage cannot benefit from that. For the jewels, we have 5 slots available, and what you can do, you can get critical spell damage bonus and area of effect. They are pretty cheap. They are amazing for our build. Obviously, best in slot would be critical damage bonus and critical hit chance, almost with the highest numbers. However, they are insanely expensive. So this is the second best option that you can have at the moment. But if you have the resources, critical hit chance, critical hit damage is the best. Again, this one is the second best. That's all from today, guys. If you found that video helpful to you, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.